The second father. Craig Maguire wore dirty jeans. He had long hair. He had silver and turquoise jewelry on the fingers of his hands. He grew up with cowboys and Indians formed from plastic. He rode a yellow bus to school. He grew up in Pittsburgh, where the city still hummed with steel, the riverbeds, choked with barges carrying astronomically heavy loads. Maguire moved to California. He went to a professor at the university, a man in a tweed coat, who grew mushrooms in Tupperware boxes. The professor sat Maguire on the chair in his office, and they shook hands, and the professor said he knew of other countries. They met by the professor's garage door at the end of a cul-de-sac. Inside, they went to a door with light shining through the crack underneath, flickering and muted and mottled. The professor turned the knob and opened the door, and there was a spare room with garden windows, carpeted to fend off the damp, and a different library, and a desk that bore neither pencils nor photographs. There was only a pad of paper, a desk chair. Maguire lay down as the professor sat down, and the professor crossed his legs. They could hear footsteps crossing back and forth across the room above their heads, the sound of running water. The professor lit the ball of sage and poured smoke on himself and blew smoke over Maguire's body and sang an unrecognizable song, and then the professor picked a conch shell from the altar and blew sage and smoke into the conch shell and sang a song again. The professor put down the sage. He put it in an ashtray on the altar, then reached into the conch shell and pulled out the mushrooms, and he placed the mushrooms in the young man's mouth. "Chew these with your front teeth," the professor said. "This is not food. Use your front teeth. Chew your intentions into the medicine. Think of what you hope for in your upcoming journey." When he finished chewing, the professor put a mask over Maguire's eyes, and Maguire could not tell whether his eyes were open or shut. It began with a peculiar zinging sensation. "Don't touch the mask. Keep the mask on. Now look inside," said the professor. Maguire felt his vision burst into flames. It smelled like the sea.